Nut pies and tarts can often be too sweet, so to offset that sweetness, I experimented. And I found that adding a little grated lemon zest to the filling nicely balances out the flavor of the sweet pecans. So roll a half of a pate brisee recipe into a 10 by 13 inch rectangle. And I always keep a ruler in my kitchen drawer just so that I can see that I'm pretty accurate. So far this is 11.5 by 8.5, a little further to go. And keep turning your pastry. If it turns and lifts easily, it is a well-made pate brisee. If it's sticky, if it's tearing, it just makes it more difficult. So to get this into there, what do? Roll it up on your pin carefully, don't press down, you just want it very loose. And you just lay it right over the pan. Press into the corners, the sides. Take your rolling pin and just go across the edges like that. The edges fall off and you have a nice square edge to your tart shell. This should be chilled well before you line it with parchment and pie weights. And if you follow these directions, you will have a very excellent pie crust. You can put this right in the freezer. 15 minutes is all you need to rest the dough and chill it. And now, take a piece of parchment paper, crumple it all up. This makes it much easier to place in the bottom of the pastry. A big sheet unwrinkled will pop right out. Now add your pie weights. The beans hold the pie crust in the bottom of the shell, so you don't get a pie crust that has all kinds of convolutions in it, which would not be good for a filling, would not be able to hold a filling. So this is going to give you a very well-formed, well-shaped, rectangular pie crust right into a 375-degree oven until the edges are golden brown. That takes 15 minutes. So just to be clear, the crust baked at 375 for 15 minutes. The beans and parchment were removed and the crust continued to bake until it's this beautiful golden brown, another 15 minutes. Let it cool before you proceed with the filling. If you're doing this for a holiday or for a big dinner, you can make this early in the day and it's ready to bake later on. Beautiful, beautiful pie crust. So now the filling. 4 eggs. Break them up in a bowl and add 1 cup of dark brown sugar. Crumble the sugar, dries out so quickly, so crumble. 1 cup with the eggs. Get all lumps broken up. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. 3 tablespoons of melted, cooled butter. Every Southern cook has a wonderful pecan recipe, but this is a kind of a Northeast version. And the zest, the bright yellow zest of 1 lemon. You could use orange zest in this, and that's very nice too, but oh, I love lemon and pecans. And add 1/4 cup of molasses. The cup has been oiled, so the sticky ingredients will slide right out. And then another 1/4 cup of white or light corn syrup. This keeps that filling both flavorful and soft enough so that you can really enjoy it. Yep, it's coming right out. Stir this all in with a whisk. Look at that color, isn't that beautiful? And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So that's the liquid part of the filling. Shake off your whisk and stir in 1.5 cups of pecans that have been quite finely chopped. You can see the texture. They are, maybe less than 1/8 of an inch chop. And stir that up. This gets poured right into your pre-baked crust. And your oven, by the way, should be reduced to 325 degrees. So pour this right into your shell, distributing the nuts evenly. And now place your pecans in a diagonal design right on top of this delectable, sugary, lemony filling. And take your time because this takes a lot of time, but it really is worth it. Now these are the jumbo, unbroken pecan halves, and you do not want to use broken ones for this particular job. So just finish this off. And what's nice is that they just seem to fit exactly right. There. So this goes into the 325-degree oven. Bake until the pastry is a little bit more browned and the filling is set. That's going to take 45 minutes. Then cool and serve with freshly whipped cream. So the pecan tart has cooled and it is beautiful. It looks crunchy and delicious. Now you see it's quite sticky, so I'm leaving the bottom pan underneath. But it will cut nicely into squares. And on a buffet table, it is the perfect pecan tart for any occasion.